Alright, man, you too, back with another banger video. Today we're going over today's chart. Okay, guys, we took a few losses, but we came out with a win at the end of the day. Today was a different day because Trump just paused his tariffs today. Um, yeah, he paused his tariffs, and the market was in a good mood compared to the last 2 days, the last week or so. The market's just been going down, going down. And all of a sudden Trump wants to pause his tariffs, and now the market's going up. Now I'm looking at it, it's kind of sus because like who would have called that? Who would have really bought this dip or something? Like who's really buying this dip? Or who would have known that it would have been today? I really thought it was gonna last like a couple weeks or like maybe months even. I was prepared for like having this type of price action for the next month, but as you can see, guys, we took a L. Before we dive into it, I'm gonna just go into these lines right here. So we marked out pre-market highs, we marked out pre-market lows, right? I marked out this low and I noticed how it got swept right here. So I'm thinking, maybe we flip bullish because we swept these lows, but then I also had to remember that we have these lows right here. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just mark this out, mark this out. As you can see, price came up to these highs. It was a false break, came down, right? But we didn't form any fair value gap. Right, this price action was kind of ass. I didn't see any fair value gap. It was kind of like if I entered, I was just forcing a trade. If I entered around this time period, there was no trades or anything. So I was like, I'm just wait. Boom, we waited out. Boom, price coming up to here, then came back down, right? Then I hop into the 1 minute. I hop into the 1 minute to really get an analysis on what's going on, to get a better view on what's going on. So I see, boom, higher, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Boom. Here we start making lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower high, lower low. But I realized this low is not really like super low, right? I just peeped this. It was just this bottom right here. These bottoms right here, this is a very bullish pattern. So, I was thinking, hold on. At the time, I was going for shorts because, okay, guys, keep in mind, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Trust me, we're gonna go through this together. Okay, let's just mark these boxes out so you get a full picture on what I was looking at. Okay, so as you can see, we swept these highs pretty much. I basically said this was a sweep because of how price came down to here. It broke these lows over here. It broke these lows, right? Price broke these lows, then it started coming down to here. So I was like, okay, this is a liquidity sweep. This is just a very choppy liquidity sweep. That's what was going on in my head at the time. Price came up to here, and when we came up to here, what do we see? I see like this super tiny fair value gap. Looking back, this was very stupid, but it kind of made sense looking back. I see this super tiny fair value gap, and I see how these candles are just wicking from it. So like this candle wicked up here, then price came down to here. This candle wicked up here, then price came down to here. Right? I see this candle, I'm like, boom. I was like, oh, this is a super easy, obvious play. I'm just entering right here. And as you can see, price did come down a little bit, but I seen price continue to come up, and I seen this candle came up. I was low-key scared. I was like, oh man, I might just get stopped out. Well, truth be told, I did get stopped out, but I was like, let's see what happens. Price came back down here. I'm thinking, okay, it's about to go down. Nope. Price came up. And let's hop into the 5 minute, because that's how they normally get you guys. The 1 minute is how they fool you. Because I hop in the 5 minute. When I look a little carefully on the 5 minute, there's no fair value gap here. Right? The only fair value gap we see is this one. And what happens to it? It gets inversed. Okay, guys, this is why I made a mistake here. I learned from my mistakes. As you can see right here, we still have this very this, how do you call this? There's a name for this, like the bull pattern, right? Bull candle pattern or something. Just look it up, man. It'll pop up, right? These two perfect little wicks right here. It shows that buyers are in control of this price. Buyers are in control. They're not letting it drop below 493, whatever the fuck. Okay. Boom. So this is a very bullish pattern. We inverse this fair value gap. I did not notice this. That's on my fault. I did not notice this. This is why I made these losing trades. Well, I guess you could say they're losing. I was never wrong. I just wasn't wrong at the time being. You're never wrong. You're just not right now. You're just wrong for right now. You're not ever fully wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, price came up to here. I don't know why, but like, I don't know why, but this little fair value gap was just calling to me, especially with all the news from like last week and all that stuff. I was just thinking the market's gonna tank, so I took the short without seeing the previous thing. Hold on, let's just do this. 5-minute fair value gap plus. Make it gold. Can you see gold? Okay, you can see it on gold. Okay. So yeah, I took the short here. Didn't go in my favor. We got stopped out. I was still team bearish. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, I was team bearish because of this fair value gap. This fair value gap was looking good. We had this super strong candle. Normally, I don't like taking fair value gaps off a strong candle, but judging on how this wicked, I was like, this is looking pretty nice. Boom, I entered here. Boom, it came down a little bit, then started being gay. Almost got wicked out a couple times. Not gonna lie. I think I wasn't looking at the charts. This is maybe why I didn't leave, but we did hit the 1 and 2, which is pretty crazy. We did hit the 1 and 2 on this trade. Now that's P. Oh yeah, I was targeting this fair value gap down here because I was like, bro, if price came down here, it's definitely gonna go back up. I low-key should have just played this fair value gap. It just seems smarter. You could have played it here, then played it again right here. It's all good. You learn from your mistakes, guys. This is why I do these recaps, so I can learn from my mistakes, so you can help grow with me as a trader. You know, so you can see the process as a journey. So yeah, this was a good trade. Just like bad entry. Could have waited. Could have did way better than just analyzing this trade entry. I'm very mad that I didn't notice this play right here. See, as you can see, I had the right timing. I was just on the wrong side. You know, I knew there was a good moment in the market right here. I knew this was a good opportunity. It was just I was on the wrong side of the playing field. Just how it is. You know? You see, I took the short right here and I was wrong. Took the short up here and I was right. You guys gotta see, even though, right, in the huge, right, in the whole day, price did continue to go up. But at this level and where we're at in the time in the markets, understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistances right here. You gotta understand that, guys. That's what happens in the markets. So how can we improve on this? Noticing that this fair value gap right here, let me change color. Once you notice that these fair value gaps right here, okay, this inverse fair value gap, let me just clarify, that's an inverse fair value gap. So it was bearish, but now it's bullish, gets tapped into. And what do we see happen? Price continues to go up. You could have your stop right here and get the 1 and 2 easily. Even 1 to 3. Even on 1 to 3, guys. Even 1 to 3. Easily, if you just follow the strategy. Easy 1 and 2s. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. This is the 5-minute chart, by the way. So this is not even a 1-minute entry. This is a 5-minute entry. If you go down to the 1 minute, where you're supposed to go for entries, by the way, you would have seen it way clearer. You would have seen the entry way clearer, guys. You would have seen this entry way clearer. What do we see right here? In 1 minute. Fair value gap inversed. Fair value gap gets inversed right here again. And we form another fair value gap right here. This is just another, like, come on. Instead of entering here, you could have just waited right here. And boom, entered. Okay, guys? This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science, guys. You could have just entered right here. So you entered on that candle. Boom, stop is right here. TP, 1 to 3. Easily enter right here, then re-enter. You could have either stayed in your position or re-entered. You could have just took your profit somewhere around here, right? You would have took profit somewhere around here. And then once the opportunity comes up again, you just enter again. Boom. And this time when you enter again, 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s. Fuck it. You hold it out the whole day. What do you get? 1 to 10. Guys, it's not rocket science, boys. It's not rocket science. This was a pretty good trade. I'm glad that Trump paused the tariff, so now the market should recover nicely. And as for 90 days, it's on everybody except China, so China's probably going to be pretty mad about that. Hopefully we don't go into a World 3. Imagine I predict World War 3 starts because of this dude. I swear, I'm going to go back to this video to show y'all that I was always right. It's not about, you might be wrong, but you're just wrong for right now, right? You're never really wrong. You're just wrong for the time right now, okay? You'll be right about it later. You can be right about it right now, and you can be right about it later. It's just that's the law of life, guys. But yeah, how long is this video? 10 minutes perfectly. I think we went through the trade recap pretty well. We learned a lot, seen a lot. Understand news is very important. So yeah, guys, take care. This was a good little recap. Yeah, peace.